We're in Klondike Park in Augusta, Missouri, and we're going to be doing the lake loop. My nose just got tickled. So I was reading, they said the silica sand was used a lot in production of glass and other materials, industrial things. I don't know. This may be a little diversion area. Have to find a smaller. No frog. Wanna go that way or?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Might as well. Little lizard.
He's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes us back up on the page.
Okay, we're just gonna go to the pave then. Probably be better. I think all these just go down to the lake. And this is the paved route.
It's really hot on this asphalt.
Yeah. There's the beach over there. We can get a good look.
That'll be cool to go over there. That water's pretty darn clear. Look at that.
Yeah, out there. Well, even right there, I guess, pretty clear. We're gonna try to go across that bridge.
Yep.
All right, well, we made it down to the bridge, and the edges of the water are just covered in this sand stuff. There's a little fish there. I don't know if you can see it. Water is pretty clear, but no swimming here.
Fish.
Yeah, looks pretty deep. So this was the lake loop. I think it just goes around the little lake here. The trail has been all paved. Been just like this. It's asphalt so far, at least for the lake loop. Little places to sit. All right. Now we're gonna make our way around to the bridge. Yeah.
Can't do that anymore.
What's that?
Put my phone in my pants.
Oh. All right, we're gonna get off the lake loop, go to on the Lewis and Clark. This one looks like it's gonna be rock.
Has to be better.
Yeah. Kind of a small gravel. And this is the road we drove in on, right?
Yep.
There's the other part of the lake that we saw from the bridge.
Not a very big lake, but
Nope. All right. This gravel, well maintained, pretty wide. This is some of the stuff. This is part of the Lewis and Clark area that they explored, so you're gonna see a lot of references to them. Cottonwoods are doing whatever they're doing, blooming. I was gonna say blooming. I don't know if that's what it's called. Releasing their cotton. Yeah. And so sometimes it looks like it's snowing. You can see it on the trail here. But it's kind of neat as you're walking through the forest and you're seeing the cottonwood fall. If you don't have any allergies to it. So. All right, we just got off the gravel trail. Got on this asphalt road / trail. So, oh, creek. Smells really good here. Maybe it's the honeysuckle. It smells good. We're coming up on a road. Oh, here's this is where we came in at, hun.
yeah.
So we're on the road here.
Let's wait 1 second. I'm trying to pull up
A map.
Never mind, no internet. I can't pull up a map.
Yeah, this is where we came in. So it's going to go more in the woods and up toward that observation place, I think,
Okay.
and to the overlook. All right, crossed over the road. We're on the Lewis and Clark Trail again on this kind of gravel, going downhill over another bridge. And a creek. All right, so Sherry and I have split up. She's going back to the car. According to the map, this goes down and meets up with the Katy Trail. And then I'm going to come back to the Katy Trail, and then there's a big, pretty sure there's a big steep hill to get back into Klondike Park. So I'm going to do a huge loop here. I got 1.3 miles right now, so it's haven't been going that much, but her knee is starting to hurt her. And I think she'll be okay. And then I'm going to finish this. We'll see how it goes. So far the trail has just been just like this. The Katy Trail is going to be just like this. So fairly flat until I have to get up into Klondike Park, but we'll see where it goes. So this is right off the trail. Pretty neat little area here. Water has cut its way through the bluffs. So, pretty neat little area. That's really kind of cool. The water looks like it's running uphill. Because that way is up. So that's kind of weird. But anyway, trail's right back up here. So it wasn't too far up the trail. Looks like I'm miles away from it, but I'm not very far. Just right up here. So I don't have a lot of time for detours, but that looked pretty cool. So anyway, we're right by the road. I think it's 94 highway. There's a lot of road noise, but when you're on the trail, it seems like you're just out in the middle of nowhere. There's a vineyard here to the left. This area is really wine country for Missouri. But yeah, I can't see it from here, but this house has a little basketball court up there. But anyway, see you guys in a bit. So the trail opens up into this little area here. The road's right there, but it cuts through. But it's kind of neat. There's a bunch of these vultures circling. But I don't think they'll get me. Right down here was a boat ramp. So we're gonna look and see. Where this thing is. That's where we get on the Katy. I'm gonna be heading back west. Generally. And there's gonna be a steep climb, I think, up to Klondike Park. Well, we'll meet back up with Sherry. See you guys in a bit. All right. We're at the boat ramp. We are on the Katy Trail right now. So, it's like these floating piers. We got a huge houseboat down here. I don't know if they're doing that's a private one, or if that's you can pay to get on it. I don't know. I'm just gonna come over here and get some rocks out of my shoes. So, got a couple bikers behind me. Miss Augusta. That's the name of the boat. All right, I'm gonna get these rocks out of my shoes. All right, so got all the rocks out of my shoes. So the reason I'm walking this and we're hiking, this was not the original plan. We had a plan, my wife and I, to bike the Katy in 6 days, and we were going to camp out the whole way. And then when we finished in St. Charles, we were going to rent a hotel room and stay there overnight and then get shuttled back to Clinton. That was the original plan. Then I thought, well, you know, it's probably better if we do a shakedown ride just to see how we're feeling. So we rode on the Flint Hills Trail from Osawatomie, Kansas to Pomona Lake. About 43 miles. And by the end of that, my back was killing me, where I was having trouble walking. I'm gonna go over here because supposedly there's falling rocks, which I've seen that before on this trail, but not falling rocks, but those signs. So anyway, that shakedown ride. So we spent the night there, we camped out, so we got to try out our gear. But the next morning, you know, I was hurting. And I didn't think I could ride back. So we had my kids come and get us. So we got to check out our gear and everything, but it also showed us and me that I was not ready. So then the next plan was, well, let's just do 2 days. My back will probably get better. And we'll do a couple 30-mile days or so from Herman into St. Charles. But my back was still killing me. And it wasn't until probably yesterday, the day before, my wife put peppermint oil and rubbed my back, and that's what helped. It wasn't ibuprofen, it wasn't Flexerol. Peppermint oil and rubbing the soreness out. So anyway, big cliff here. Katy Trail has a lot of this, starting about Roachport. So anyway, we came and we said, well, we already rented the hotel. Let's stay in St. Charles. That's where we stayed last night. And let's do some hiking, because my back did get better, although it's a little tight. But, oh wow, look at this. They got it fenced off. So, looks like stuff's falling. I've already seen like 4 bikers just on this quarter-mile section I'm at. And that's pretty cool. Hello, a little echo. And then look at this. So here's where some of the rock is falling, you can see. Or maybe this tree came down. Oh no, there. Tree fell off of that ledge right there, it looks like. It came across the road. And they cut it up. But yeah, it's, so some of these cliffs, I don't know, they're not too stable. So if you're riding, maybe it's better that you get over to the left. I don't know if that'll save you. But yeah, we got some rocks. See some rocks down here. So anyway, like I was saying, we stayed in St. Charles last night. This morning we walked around where the depot is, and we went into the Bike Stop Cafe, and just saw around. We saw that at the old town, where it's a big brick street. Fair warning, if you come here Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, you will probably not be eating much because there's not anything open. So maybe there's a few things, but they had some food trucks, I guess, last night that we didn't know about until this morning. But that's about it. We did eat at Hendrix, I think, barbecue. So, but that's what I'm doing now. My back felt good enough to where, hey, let's hike up the Klondike Park. And so that's what I'm doing. Although I'm on the Katy Trail now. Klondike Park is basically over this big hill. But This is where we would have been riding. Anyway, when we get up to the intersection where I can get on to climb up to Klondike Park, I'll check in with you guys then. Bye. All right, well, I made it to the entrance of Klondike Park, but it's been roped off, and there is a huge boulder. So, I don't know why it's marked off. Maybe because these falling rocks here. I'm not sure. So the question is now, do I want to stay safe, exercise in abundance of caution, head back and have my wife meet me at the boat ramp, or do I want to chance it and walk up this? I know my wife would say, go back and I'll pick you up. But I am really tempted to go up there. But I don't know what else is going on up there. But that is the road to Klondike Park, or the trail, and it is closed. So I'm going to talk to my wife and see what she says. I know what she's going to say. She's going to say, go back and I'll pick you up. So right over here there was a river trail scenic view. I head down that way for a little bit. So anyway, I'll get back with you, see what I'm going to do. Probably going to have her pick me up. So anyway, we'll see y'all later. Okay, so like I thought, my wife wants to meet me. She does not want me to go up there, and it's probably smarter to do that. So, but I wanted to check out this trail here. Go back a little bit. I mean, look, here's a rock, and there's no cliffs. Just up here. And you can see there's a bunch of rocks that have fallen. So this area is probably prone to that. So it's probably a good idea. It's still, we've had several days of no rain. But before that, there were several days with rain. So I'm thinking just this area gets wet, the soil gets loose, and then stuff starts to fall, like trees and rocks. So I thought I'd head down here. It says scenic view. It's kind of scenic. You're just kind of in a low-lying marsh area. Pretty dry. Wanted to come down here and see what this was all about. So we would probably never come back down this way. So when we're on our bikes, I doubt Sherry will want to come down here. Maybe she will. Next year. We'll see. Or maybe in the fall when my back is doing a lot better. I don't want to go too far back here. But I did kind of want to see. Probably opens up to the river. That's what I'm assuming. I hear something. Some kind of watercraft. Anyway, I'll let you know. Well, actually, I think I can see the river now. Through the trees. Pretty thick through here. But kind of off in that area. Probably can't see it. So, all right. We'll see you in a minute. And here's what it opens up to. The river. You can smell the river pretty good. The breeze is like flowing right up through this channel here. There's a tributary, creek, whatever. But yeah, there's the Missouri River. As we go back here, there's another trail, but don't think I'm going to be taking it. It's not as wide. It looks like maybe it's a little overgrown, and I don't know where it goes to, and I need to meet Sherry at the boat ramp. So yeah, so I don't think very many people go down this way. So, but they did call it a river trail, so I don't know, maybe one day. I want to make it back to the Katy. Tell you, this would be if you're stealth camping, this would be a pretty good spot. I wanted to get one last shot of these bluffs here. Excuse me. These bolters are flying overhead. But just the sheerness, how high they go. I mean, something you wouldn't expect. You're just walking along, and here's these huge sheer cliffs. And then, of course, up here, you have a sign that says caution, falling rock. So, little on the edge, especially after what we saw at the entrance to Klondike Park and all that. So, if you wanted to get to Klondike Park, like if you were camping there or something, because there's camping, you just have to go down here where I got on to the Katy Trail and kind of backtrack maybe a mile, or it can't be that much, 1 to 2 miles. Take the Lewis and Clark Trail up, and you get where the lake is and go around the lake there. The camping is around that area, I believe. So, at least as of right now, you can see this is the falling rock area. Somebody actually climbed up there and took the time to write "but." Don't think that's the best use of your time, but you know, everybody's got their hobbies. So anyway, I'm starting to see, you can see the river right over here. I'm heading eastward now, away from Augusta toward Defiance. You can see the river. Here's where that tree fell. Should be at the boat ramp pretty soon, and my wife will be there. See you soon. All right, crossing the bridge, coming into the Klondike boat ramp area. Man, look at all those. Anyway, that boat's still there. Let's see if my wife is waiting for me. Mile marker. I think those are their own train mile markers. 63. And there she is. I think that's the gray van right there. There's the boat again. Might be kind of fun to ride on. I don't know. The name of the boat was Miss Augusta. I didn't know they did anything like that down here. But Yeah, maybe look into that one year. But there's the trail, just keeps on going that way to St. Charles and beyond. Another biker. These guys just must ride sections. They're traveling pretty light. Anyway, there's my wife.